Hello, welcome back to day 9 of the 30-day movie challenge, and that's lopsided. So today's question is your favorite British film. So I was like, okay, normally my answer to that is Hot Fuzz, but because I've already used it early on, I want to try and avoid using the same movie for a different question, doing picking the same movie twice. I had a good long think about it. It's like, okay, so now what is my backup answer? And it's for a movie that I still have yet to add into my collection. I have the first one on Blu-ray, but I haven't the second one, and I still have yet to see the newest one. And so my answer to this question is Paddington 2. So last year, a failed goal of mine was to watch a movie every day for 2024. Did that happen? No. I stopped in January, where I just did. And I think in the end I watched like maybe over 100 movies. Which is my usual average. Is about 100 movies a year. Because I'm not sitting down and watching a movie daily. As much as I love movies, that's just not me. It's only I had to be in a particular mood to do it, or if it's for an upcoming review, that's when I'll actually sit down and watch it. Or in the case of doing a cinevlog, going to the cinema and watching it then. Kind of like how last month there was 3 cinevlogs. So yeah, so coming to Paddington 2, why this one? So during that time, during in January, I was like, okay, I've never watched the Paddington films. Let me do that. So I watched them on my own time. I watched the first one, and then the very next day, I watched Paddington 2. And I loved the first one. I was genuinely surprised about that because I thought I was going to go into it and not like it. But then I loved it. And I'm like, okay, I hear Paddington 2 is the better version, that it's a lot of people's favorite film, so let me watch that. And after watching, it's like, okay, yeah, that's in my top 20 for sure. Not necessarily top 10 worthy, but it's definitely in my top 10. I just love it, because I grew up on stories of Paddington. That's how I knew it was through the stories, the picture books and stuff because I remember seeing some of them in school, I think. I even had like a resource teacher who really loved the Paddington films. This was back 10 years ago now. 15. Sorry, it's been 15 years since then. It was about 2010. Yeah, it was 2010 when I had that resource teacher. Anyway, yeah. So so it's always been something that I've been like, oh, I've heard great things about it. I'll get around to it eventually. Because there's a few people that obviously aren't a lot of the British movie circuit. Peter Capaldi, he's also in this. This is one of his one of the films that he done post leaving Doctor Who as well. For the first Paddington film, or it was during filming he did the first Paddington film for Doctor Who, and then it was for this one it was not long afterwards. It's one of the two. But yeah, I get it. I get why it's a lot of people's favorites. And hell, I even was surprised. I've also seen some clips of mainly of Paddington 2. Very rarely will I actually see clips of Paddington 1 on my TikTok For You page, but it's genuinely always Paddington 2. It's always the making the marmalade scene, with Brendan Gleeson. Who's another one of my favorite Irish actors. So to add that onto my list of his discography that I've seen, I'll take. Have not seen Paddington in Peru yet. I was going to go see it in cinema, but then I was like, like with Karate Kid Legends, I'll wait for it to go on stream and I'll watch it on my own time. The same with Kung Fu Panda 4. Love that franchise. Was planning to go see it last year, but I was like, let me just watch it on my own time instead of going to the cinema to go see it. And so yeah, as I'm filming this, I still have yet to see those. But yeah, that's my answer for number 2. Since I can't pick Hot Fuzz, this is going to be my backup answer. So there you guys go. That is my answer. And now I'm throwing the question back to you. What is your favorite British movie in the comments down below? And I'll catch you all on the very next upload, which will be tomorrow for day number 10. I wonder what day 10's question is going to be.